Hello guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Vanessa of Servants Beads. Thank you so much for clicking on the video, and in today's tutorial we are going to be making this beautiful heart or love handle beaded bag. This is so easy to do, but you guys really need to pay attention to get it done because there are some tips and tricks there. So please make sure you watch the entire video to the end without skipping any parts. Yeah, so this is a lovely bag that you can customize it into any size that you want. You can make it in any color. It is that versatile. Okay, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, and please subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. Okay, so we are going to start off with the materials, and right here I have my 10mm or size 10 round beads. So these are size 10 round beads and they are in purple. I'm using my 0.7mm fishing line, and you need a pair of scissors, of course, and also if you have a back handle chain you could use that as well. So you can go ahead, and we are going to start with our normal matting method. Make sure you cut a fishing line that you're comfortable enough to work with, and on one end of the fishing line you're going to insert 4 beads, and you are going to cross with the 4th bead just like this. If you do not know how to, if you're a beginner, you don't know how to bead at all, I have an entire course, an entire playlist which is dedicated to those beginners in beads. Okay, so make sure you check it out. So I'm just inserting 1 bead on the left side of the fishing line, 1 bead on the right side of the fishing line, and I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead. So I'm just going to continue this pattern until I have a total of 12 beads. Okay, you count the sides, you should have a total of 12 beads like here. So I have my 12 beads. So what we are looking for at the start is an odd number of beads. Okay, so I'm doing the 13th now. I'm just grabbing 3 beads and putting all 3 beads on one end of my fishing line and crossing with the 3rd bead, and that gives my first turn. And I'm going to do my second turn. That first turn ends the row and helps us to start the second row. And on the fishing line which is facing away from our work, I'm still going to insert 3 beads and cross with the 3rd bead, and that's going to be our second turn, and that's going to help us start our second row. So I'm inserting the fishing line on my right into the following bead from the previous row, then with the other fishing line I'm picking up 2 beads and crossing those 2 beads. So this is the regular matting method. Okay, so I'm inserting my fishing line into the following bead, then with the other fishing line I'm picking up 2 beads and crossing. So I'm going to continue doing that until I get to the end. Like I said, when you start, you can customize this bag however big or small you want, but the beginning mat is supposed to be an odd number. So I have a total of 13. You could do 15, you could do 17, but know that the number that you have is going to affect like the handle when we get to the handle part. Okay, so I've just ended my second row by picking up 2 beads that with the fishing line that's facing away from my work and turning to end the row. Then with the fishing line still facing away from my work, I'm picking up 3 beads there and I'm crossing with the 3rd bead. So that's going to help me start row number 3. Okay, so we are going to do the normal matting method basically for a total of 5 rows. You're going to do this matting method for a total of 5 rows. So that is 5 right there. So I'm just finishing up with my 5th row. So I'm using the fishing line which is facing away from my work, and I'm just picking up 2 beads and I'm going to cross with the 2nd bead right there, and that's going to complete our 5th row. Now you could make, this is just like what I like to call the normal row. You could do it 6, 7, it doesn't matter. But for my 6th row, I had to find the midpoint, okay? Because we are going to be doing decreases. So if we had 13, that means we are going to have 6 beads on each side, then we are going to have the middle bead, okay? So I'm just going to continue beading until I've done a total of 6 beads. So that's the first bead that I've done right there. I'm inserting my fishing line to the following bead. Then with the other fishing line, I'm going to pick up 2 beads and I'm going to cross till I get to the 6th bead. Okay, so right there I have my total number of beads, which is 6. So I have my 6 beads there. I'm just checking to make sure that it's equal, and that is my middle bead right there. I'm just going to take this colorful thread and I'm going to put in the middle bead so you guys can see that we are not going to work into that bead. Okay, So this is how my fishing line is looking like. My fishing line, I cross it, is facing upwards, right? So what we want to do now is to do decreases basically. So we stopped from that middle bead and we are just doing decreases going backward. So this is already the 7th row. This is our 7th row right there. So that's basically our second decrease. I hope it's making sense. Please make sure you pause the video and count if it is confusing for you. So I've gone to the end, I'm coming back again, and I'm going to show you guys properly how to do the decrease. If you don't understand it, go ahead and check out that my beginner in beads playlist. So I've inserted my fishing line into the following bead, and I'm using that same fishing line to pick up 2 beads, and I'm crossing backwards. Okay, I'm crossing backwards into, you know, the previous crossing bead. Then I'm moving my fishing line so that it's going to skip that bead right up there. Then I'm moving into the second bead. I hope you guys can see that. Please make sure you slow down the video if you do not understand, or ask me any questions down in the comment section. Okay, so I did the decreases till it was left with 1 bead. So like I said, if you do not understand how to do decreases, I have that beginner in beads playlist. You can go ahead and check it out. So I'm just going into the 6th bead from the middle, the 6th bead from the middle on the other side, and I'm going to start beading normally, picking up 3 beads, inserting my fishing line into that 6th bead, picking up 3 beads, crossing with the 3rd bead, insert the fishing line into the following bead from the previous row. Then I'm picking up 2 beads and I'm crossing with the 2nd bead. Please, if you do not understand anything, let me know down in the comment section. I promise I'm going to explain it. So I'm just going to continue with our normal decreases. So insert your fishing line into the following bead, pick up 2 beads and then cross with the 2nd bead. Okay, so we're going to do this till we get to the end. Then we are going to come back and I'm going to show you guys the decreases again. So this is me. I've decreased until I've gotten to the top. Now to finish up, this is important, to finish up with the fishing line on my right, or the fishing line facing away from the work, I'm going to pick up 3 beads and I'm going to cross it with the 3rd bead. Okay, so now my fishing line is facing up and down, not side to side. Up and down is very important. And now I didn't fast forward in this part because I knew this part was very important. You guys have to pay serious attention here. Yeah, so I just zoomed in so you guys can clearly see what I'm doing. Now with the fishing line facing upwards, which is the fishing line on my right, I'm going to pick up 3 beads and I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead, just like you see me do here. And this is basically going to form like some sort of standing beads. Okay, then with the fishing line on my left, I'm inserting it into the following bead that moves from right to left. Then with the fishing line on my right, I'm picking up 2 beads and I'm going to cross with the 2nd bead. So what this is going to do is going to form some sort of a step. You guys see, it's going to form a step. Then I'm going to insert my fishing line on my left from top to down. Then with the fishing line on my right, I'm going to pick up 2 beads and cross with the 2nd bead. So the fishing line on your left moves either from top to down or from left to right. And the fishing line on your right is in charge of picking up 2 beads. And this is going to give some sort of a staircase look. If you're doing your beaded bag as you're watching this tutorial, you're going to see it yourself. So I'm just moving from right to left again. Then with the fishing line on my right, I'm picking up 2 beads and I'm crossing up with the 2nd bead. Now this is going to be a pattern for this entire part, because basically we are starting with the handle right now. We are building up the handle right now. Okay, so you guys have to pay attention. If you have a book beside you, even grab a pen or paper and jot this down so that you're going to remember it easily. Yeah, so I'm just going to continue this staircase look, and when we get to the middle part, I'm going to show you guys exactly what to do. By the way guys, I apologize for not posting or responding to any of your comments in a very long time. I have explained that in the community section or the community post before this tutorial, so go ahead and check out the entire explanation for why I haven't been posting. Okay, so I really apologize. So this is a staircase look. If you can see, it looks like basically a staircase or steps, right? So here we are in like the middle part. Actually the middle part is the same thing. So I'm going to be moving my fishing line from right to left, the fishing line on my left from right to left. You can take off your thread marker if you want. Then with the fishing line on my right, I'm going to pick up 2 beads and I'm going to cross with the second bead like so. So we're going to continue this pattern, this method, until we get to the other side, or the tippity top of the other side. Okay. So this is what our staircase is looking like. As you can see, we have some protruding beads at the top, and that's what you want to see. So I'll meet you guys at the top. Okay, so here we are at the top of our bag. Now we are just going to finish up. I'm just going to finish up that top with the fishing line on my left. I am going to insert that fishing line to the following bead, which is moving from right to left. Then with the fishing line on my right, I'm going to pick up 2 beads and I'm going to cross with the second bead, and that completes like the initial or the first stage of our handle. Okay, this is the first stage of our handle. We have just completed it. It's looking very nice. You can already see like the shape forming. So I've just turned my work around, and the fishing line on my right, I've inserted into the following bead, just like so. I know we have a lot of fishing lines showing there, but yeah, and with the fishing line on my left, I'm picking up 2 beads and I'm going to cross with the second bead. So that's going to give me our ring of 4. And now guys, I need you to pay attention here. You see those beads I'm touching? That one right there, that's going to be our crossing bead. All those protruding beads at the side right there, we are going to be crossing with those beads, so make sure you pay attention. So I'm going to insert my fishing line into the bead going from right to left. Insert it into the bead going from right to left. Then I am going to insert it into that crossing bead, the fishing line again, into that crossing bead, which is from down to up, those protruding beads, right? Then with the other fishing line, I'm going to pick up 1 bead and I'm going to cross it back into that protruding bead that I showed you guys right there. Like I said, that is going to be a crossing bead, and this is how it's supposed to look like. We are supposed to have that circle of 4, which looks like some sort of a tube. Okay, now we are going to continue with the fishing line facing downwards. As you can see, I'm pointing to the crossing bead right there. Then I'm going to take the fishing line on my right, which is a fishing line facing downwards. I'm going to insert it into the fishing line, into the bead that is going from top to bottom. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. And with the fishing line on my left, I'm going to pick up 2 beads in that fishing line, and I'm going to cross it with the second. I'm going to cross with the second bead right there. Then with that fishing line on my right, I'm going to insert it into the bead that is going from top to bottom, then into that bead that I showed you guys that is going to be a crossing bead, that protruding bead right there. Then with the fishing line, which is on my left, I'm going to pick up 1 bead and I'm going to cross it into that protruding bead. Please go to the settings and slow down the tutorial if you guys want to see it clearly, or ask me any questions down in the comment section. Okay, so I'm just crossing it right there, crossing it there, pulling it. Then make sure you tighten your work, make sure your work is nice and tight. Then I'm going to show you guys how to do it again. With the fishing line on my right, I've just inserted it into, as I cross, I inserted into the following bead, pick up 2 beads, cross, then insert it into the fishing line, insert it into the bead going from down to up, then the protruding bead from down to up again. Okay, so that's basically all what we are going to be doing for this part of the handle. This is the second part of the handle that we are basically working on. And yeah, I was struggling, of course, because the holes of the beads were almost getting blocked. Yeah, and pick up 1 bead from the fishing line on your left and cross with the protruding bead. Yeah, so you're just going to follow this exact pattern like so, and I'm going to show you guys what I did when I got to the middle part of our handle. So I'm just going to let you guys keep on watching, and I'm show you guys what to do when we get to that middle part. Okay guys, so we are at the middle part already. It's literally the same thing. We are basically doing the same thing that we have been doing. Insert your fishing line from top to bottom, then into the protruding bead like so. Then you go ahead and you pick up one bead with a fishing line on your left, then you cross with the protruding bead. So this is me inserting the fishing line on my right into the protruding bead. Then I'm going to pick up one bead with a fishing line on my left, then I'm going to cross with the protruding bead. Okay, so it's basically the same thing. I'm just going to let you guys keep on watching. By the way, please guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. You don't need to pay me anything. You guys just watching this video is enough for me. Okay, so please make sure you hit the subscribe button, then turn on that bell icon and turn the notification to all, so that anytime I post a new tutorial or a new video, you're going to be the first one to see it. Okay, and if you do like this video, if you like this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. Please share the tutorial to someone who you think it might help, and leave me a comment in the comment section telling me what you think about the tutorial, what beaded bag you want me to make. If you want a particular design you want me to recreate and make a tutorial out of it, let me know that in the comment section, and send me a picture of the bag on my Instagram or my TikTok. I'm going to leave my Instagram and TikTok handles in the links in the link tree down in the description box and also in the comment section, so you guys can easily send me those photos and I'm going to create tutorials for you. Okay, yeah, so I'm just continuing. It's very easy. By the way, please share this video, please guys, please share, leave a comment. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys have been showing. If you're new to the channel, please do not forget to subscribe. If you're an old member, thank you so much. Okay, so it's basically the same pattern. It's the same pattern throughout. I'm just going to let you guys keep on watching and I'll meet you guys at the end. Right, we are at the end of our bag right now. As you can see, this is how I ended. This is how my fishing line is crossed. Make sure your fishing line is crossed from right to left. Okay, side to side, pointing the top, right? Okay, now we are going to start with the third part of our handle, and the third part of our handle we are going to do regular matting. Okay, that is one bead on the left fishing line, one bead on the right fishing line, then you're going to cross with the third bead. Okay, so that's what we are going to do now. This is where we are forming the heart part of the handle, right? And the size of the heart that you do is dependent on the size of your bag. I don't know if I'm making sense, but we are going to do this mat, basically this individual mat. I'm going to do it for a total of 8 rows. Okay, so that's one that I've done right there. I'm going to do a total of 8. Now, why am I doing 8? I'm doing 8 because if you count each side of this second part of the handle that we have just done, we have 6 on each side without the middle part. I'll get back to that later, but now we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. We need a total of 8 for each side of the heart that we have for our handle. Now I'm going to do the 9th, and this 9th is going to be our middle part. Okay, and this 9th I'm going to take the fishing line which is on my left, remember this, then I'm going to cross with the third bead. As you can see, now we are no longer moving forward, we're moving to the side, and those 2 beads right there is going to be our middle part. Okay, so that is the 9th bead right there. Now we are going to do an additional 8 beads. Okay, we are going to do an additional 8 beads so that our heart is going to be nice and complete. So we are going to do 7, then with the 8th one we are going to join it to the other side of our back. Okay, sorry about the interruption. So about that explanation on how to know how you want your heart to be, remember we did 13 at the start, then we divided it by 2, which is 6 on each side. So for the handle, one side of the handle needs to be +2 and the other side needs to be +2. Okay, so we have 8 for that's why we have 8 for the handle. That is going to help to make the handle of the bag to be proportionate to the size of the bag as well. So if you did, let's say 15 rows at the start, you're going to have 7 7 on each side. So 7 plus 2, you're going to have 9 for the handle. I hope it's making sense. Okay, so right here I've just inserted my fishing line into the very top bead of on the other side. Then I've picked up one bead and I've crossed. As you can see, I know she's looking crazy. I know the handle is looking crazy. Listen, even when I was doing it, I was like, is this thing going to work? Is this thing going to work? But this is one of those bags where you have to trust the process. Okay, so we are just going to go backwards. We're just going to go backwards basically, and we are going to make the handle thicker. So this is row 1 of the handle, row 1 of the main handle, right? So I've inserted my fish line into the bead which is attached to the side part of the handle. The first part of the first row 1 of the handle, we attached our beads to the front part. Now I'm attaching my beads to the side part. So we are building from the side, and it's going to be moving up to the top part of our handle. I hope it's making sense. So I'm inserting my fishing line into the following bead, like so. Then I'm going to pick up 2 beads and cross. Insert your fishing line into the following bead, the fishing line on your right into the following bead, pick up 2 beads and cross. And you're simply going to do this until you get to the end. Basically, we are not doing anything special in this second row of the bag, so we are just going to do that until we get to the end. Okay, so we are almost at the end, and my fishing line got short, so I'm just inserting it into the very first bead on the side of that of the other side. I'm going to tie it, cut it off, and this is how it's looking like. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it a little so you can see how it's supposed to look like. So that is a nice flat surface right there. So row 2 is normal, you're not doing anything special. But row 3, you need to pay attention, because we are going to do row 3 of the handle to look exactly like row 1. So there's going to be some tricky stuff that you need to do so that the heart needs to come out. So I've just inserted my fishing line into the 2 beads from the one attached to the back and the first bead attached to the handle. Then I am going to pick up 2 beads and cross with the second bead, and I'm just going to do this normally for 8 rows. You guys remember, we are doing 8 rows. Okay, so we're going to do this for 8 rows until I get to the middle part of the handle, so that we are going to have a very nice and clear, sharp pointed heart. Okay, so that is 7 that I've done. So I'm just doing the 8 right now. Pick up 2 beads and cross with the second bead, right? So that is what it's looking like. And now please pay attention. We are not going to attach the fishing line on our right to any bead in order to do that pointed bead. So this is going to be like a floating bead. Remember, in order to continue to the next row or to continue working, you insert your fishing line into the bead from the previous row in order to work. But here, to make that point at the end, we are not going to insert it into any bead. Okay, we are simply going to take the fishing line on our left, pick up 3 beads, and we are going to cross with the 3rd bead. So this is going to be a floating bead. This bead is not going to be attached to anything. So we want this bead to be like out of the work. As you can see, she's not attached to anything. She's basically floating. Okay, then we are going to take this fishing line on our right now and insert it into the following bead and work normal matting method, which is insert your fishing line into the following bead from the previous row, pick up 2 beads and cross with the second bead. I hope you guys can see it, and I hope what I'm saying is actually making sense. Okay, so I'm just inserting my fishing line. That's the floating bead right there. You can really tell that it's floating because it's not attached to anything. So I'm inserting that fishing line into the following bead. Make sure you pull your work because you want this handle to be nice and firm. So I'm inserting the fishing line into the following bead. I don't know why I keep saying it, but I'm not doing it. So right there I've inserted it. Then I'm just going to do our normal method until we get to the end. Okay, yeah, so from there we are going to do, this is row 3 of our handle. From here we are going to do row number 4. Okay, let me zoom in so you guys can see. So I'm just trying to end my row right here. I'm just ending it by crossing 1 bead, and and it is finished. Row number 3 is finished. Now row number 4, we are basically going to join this entire tube together. If you do not know how to join two parts of a tube together or how to make a tube handle, please go to that beginner in beads playlist. That playlist holds every single thing you need to know as a beginner in beads. Even if you're not a beginner, you're just confused about anything, you can go ahead and check it. Okay, so I've just inserted my fishing line into the middle bead from the back. Then I'm going to the first bead of the handle. So my fishing line right now is attached to 3 beads, and I'm just going to cross with 1 bead. So everything that we are doing right now, we are just going to be crossing with just 1 bead. So I'm going to insert my fishing line on my right to the following bead from the previous row, the fishing line on my left into the following bead from the previous row. Then I'm going to pick up 1 bead and I am going to cross with that 1 bead. So even when you get to the middle part of the bag, it's basically the same thing, but I'm going to still show you. So you're just going to line up the beads. You're basically lining up the beads. Make sure that your beads are lined up, all the beads are equal. Okay, so there's nothing really special that you have to do here. So insert your fishing line into the following beads on each side, then cross with the 1 bead, and you're going to basically join your bag. Easy peasy, or join your handle. Yeah, and I'm going to show you guys how it looks like when you're done. Okay, so here we are. I'm just trying to end my work. So these days I've started cutting off all my excess fishing line when I'm done with my work. So that's why you're going to see a ton of fishing line running around the bag, because 1, I do not actually want to waste the fishing line. 2, the excess fishing line helps me to strengthen my bag when I'm done with the entire panel or the part. So it helps me to weave in all the excess fishing line. And 3, it also helps me to prevent blockage. Like if there's too many fishing line in one bead and I need a fishing line to actually enter that particular bead, it's not going to cost me too much trouble. Okay, yeah, so this is basically it. This is our handle. I'm going to show you guys how it's looking clearly. Like I said, this is one of those trust the process sort of tutorials. Yeah, so this is how the front of the handle looks like, and that's the back. And now we are going to build up the sides of our bag. Okay, so I'm just going to start from that very last bead right there, insert my fishing line to that very last bead there, pick up 3 beads, and I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead. So the normal matting method, but we are basically doing standing beads. Okay, we want to build up the sides, so we need standing beads. Yeah, so you just go ahead and do the normal matting method. So that's a ring of 4. Insert your fishing line on your right into the following bead, pick up 2 beads with the other fishing line, cross with the 2nd bead. It's that simple, it's that easy. And we're basically, of course, going to do it around the back. So you can do this 1 row, 2 rows, however big you want the bag to be. But everything that we have done from now, of course, you're going to replicate it. You're going to do a second, you're going to go through the trouble of doing a second one, identical, everything the same. Okay, so this is how mine is looking like. These are how the two they are looking like. And now we are going to join the bags together basically. Now for some reason I lost the clip for how to join, but you just insert your fishing line to the first bead, pick up 1 bead, then insert it into the other bead of the other side, then cross with 1 bead. I have a tutorial on how to join 2 beaded pieces together, so please check it out in the beginner in beads playlist. I don't know where that clip went to, honestly. Yeah, so I'm just finishing up basically here with that 1 bead, and I am tying it off. So after tying this off, I'm just going to tuck it in. I'm going to tuck all the fishing line in. Oh, by the way, guys, if you want me to make a beaded bag for you, you can DM me on my Instagram or on my TikTok. I make beaded bags on command as well. You can go ahead and place a command if you do not want to go through the trouble of making yours yourself. So this is how our entire bag is looking like. Nice and cute. Honestly, we are done. We are done with our bag. So this is me just putting on my brand tag, and this is what our bag is looking like, nice and cute. Like I said, you can make it any color, any size. You can customize it. Okay, so here is just a little chain that you could put a bigger chain, you can leave it without a chain. It all depends on you. Okay, you could do a small loop with beads for the chain, but now our bag is done. Okay, we are complete, we are finished, and the chain was refusing to enter. Yeah, so that is it basically for this tutorial. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel till now, please do subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button, leave a like if you do like the video. If you did not like the video, tell me what you think, what you want me to change about it. Tell me that in the comment section. Comment on how you think I did with the tutorial. Comment how you like the bag. Please share the video to someone who you think might need it. And yeah, also send me photos if you do recreate this bag. Please send me photos to my Instagram or my TikTok. I am going to post all my subscribers recreations. I can't wait for you guys to actually recreate any of the designs I have on my channel. So please send me the photos, and also send me photos of bags that you want me to do. Okay, so now this part I'm about to show you is quite optional, and of course we have to do our phone test. Of course our phone can enter through the hard part. So this part I want to show you guys is actually quite optional, but you can also join together the top part of the handle. Okay, so I'm just inserting a very short fishing line there, putting one bead, inserting into the corresponding bead on the other side. Make sure it's a corresponding bead. Then I'm just going to join. Okay, like I said, it's optional, because even closing up this part, it won't affect you trying to insert something in your bag. Okay, so you can go ahead and close it. You can even squeeze the side of the bag to give it more shape. You can do so much with this bag, but I didn't bother closing it up. I'm just giving you guys options. Okay, yeah, so this is how she's looking like, nice and cute. Thank you guys so much for watching this entire tutorial. I can't wait to see you guys recreations, so please send them to me. And yeah, so this is how finished bag is looking like. The pictures are even lovelier than the videos. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.